rise. This got put in piso from the shadows. You know, if you look at TV, look at the news, watch the news, whatever subject they bring up in politics or in crimes like the lady that killed her kid, they never bring up the religion of the people. Mitch Romney, oh, you know, you're a Mormon, and that's it. But they don't say, don't you believe in Joseph Smith, that is a prophet and an angel appeared to him, and the gold stones, the gold tablets, and translated them? That's Mormonism. Nobody mentions that. Nobody asks, you're a Christian. Well, you know, the Christian values. Well, if you're Christian values, but if you're a Christian, don't you believe that there was a man that resurrected, it was like a zombie, and then, you know, say, with blood for the sin committed by a madman and a ribbed woman when they accepted a fruit from a talking snake? That's a Christian. Christian is not an ethereal, you know, goodness type of thing. No. If you're a Christian, you have to believe that. If you're a Mormon, you have to believe in golden tablets and prophets and angel Moroni and all that bullshit stuff. Let's talk about the belief of the people that run for office. Don't say, oh, well, Christian. Sarah Palin, she's a Christian. No. If you're a Christian, you have to believe in a resurrected zombie. That's the reason this bimbo is so stupid and ignorant. Doesn't even know what Paul Revere did. Very sad.
Enough for the Defense of Marriage Act.
Look at this moron.
For federal funding of abortions.
He's a cry-psychotic imbecile. He believes in resurrecting zombies.
He devalues our other currency.
The same with blood.
Well, Santorum suffer from Catholic psychosis. Believing resurrecting zombies are true. Just the same like 6 members of the United States Supreme Court. They are also sick, mentally dysfunctional. And Catholics are like that. Psychotics. But what about the Mormon psychotics? They are also Christians. Yeah, and you'll see the story of Joseph Smith, the drug-addicted person. Well, Mitt Romney is a Mormon. Look at this. And Pierce, or any reporter, asks this man about his Mormon faith. What is his faith based upon? Ask him! The man is a psychotic. He's going to tell you the 1820s, Prophet Moroni, and well, actually a kid, he was 18 years old, from Christian parents, fundamentalist Christians, and he was learning about Algonquin Indian, about the traditions and all that, back in 1820s, and then he ingested some datura flowers and made him see God, and then all of a sudden he saw this prophet that appeared to him with the angel Moroni, and gave him some magic stones to find some plates, golden plates. That's the Mormon faith. If you don't believe this as true, you're not a Mormon.
The difficulty it's in, and with the issues around the world, with the Arab Spring, with the tumult in
He used to ask him about, the faith.
Bent on becoming.
They say, oh, it's politics,
and
and
for somebody who has the capacity and the experience to get America right again and create jobs. And
Piers Morgan should ask him about his faith, which is believing in Prophet Moroni and angels and magic stones and gold tablet. Doesn't ask him that.
And you know, it is obvious. They avoid the question. Because they know that it sounds so stupid and so psychotic if he would actually say, yes, I am a Mormon, I believe in angel Moroni that came around, and the golden tablets that were translated, and that's what the Book of Mormon came from. I do believe that. And I believe that when I die, me and my wife are going to have our own planet, reincarnated on our own planet. He doesn't say it. And if you ask a stupid Christian, a psychotic imbecile, a Mormon, a Catholic, don't you believe in a resurrected, you know, you have to say, yes, I believe in Jesus Christ that saves and all that. The Eucharist, the wafer becomes the true flesh of God, and the wine becomes his true blood. I mean, in reality, it turns into blood and it turns into the flesh. If you don't believe that, you're not a Catholic. And you're not a Christian if you don't believe in resurrecting zombies. So quit the bullshit. One thing that is interesting about the United States, no one seems to realize it, is that it was actually founded by Christophrenix, crazy people from the 1620s that they were escaping the Bible of a gay man, a sinner, queen, or King James the First. So it was a gay man, and they escaped in the Mayflower, and they were Puritans, and these people are stupid. They were intolerant. They had problems with their brains, asexual. They were sadomasochistic in that respect. And those are crazy deluded nuts would be the ancestor of United States of America. Now, they are obsessed with penises. We all males have one. What is it? I call it penis Christ. Christ because it's a savior. Penis because it's our organ of reproduction. The short men, the snake with the one eye that hangs between our legs. So we should be proud of it. When you're well hung and you have a nice big endowed with a nice tool for procreation and give pleasure, when you're endowed like that, you in a way are blessed by penis Christ. That's the organ that gives us orgasm and the organ that we create peace like ourselves. In other words, we are gods. We are creators. We use our penis. There's such a thing as a god, in heaven. And heaven doesn't exist. It's actually the atmosphere. And the gods are the planets that float in the atmosphere. The sun is a god. But our penis is a god. We're proud of evolution. And, hey, we go like this. We put it in nice, warm orifices. It can be a vagina, it can be a mouth, it can be an anal sphincter of somebody that you like. And this allows to reciprocate with the passion of lust. Then you obtain the blessings of orgasm. Well, poor, mentally healthy, atheist, Jewish person, Representative Wiener. The man is brilliant. He tells us like it is, but this time he didn't realize, hey, I'm in a Psychosis infected country, so I better watch out because they are Puritan imbeciles and these people are nuts and they'll believe in zombie Jesus and they don't like penises and cunts and everything is a sin. And he didn't pay attention to that, unfortunately. And he wanted to show his body. Hey, he's a hard-looking guy. Look at him. I wish I had his body. And I'm glad he's very proud of his penis. Normally when you're, when you're an athlete or something and you were on a dorm with all the males and all go to take a shower together. And I experienced that. I was in a dorm at the university. And we all got naked and all. And the guys with a small penis, they always cover themselves. The guys that were blessed, they were flaunted, walk around naked, completely flaunted their tool. So, Congressman Wiener is doing just that with the blessings of the internet. They can post anything on the internet. It doesn't affect his job. The man is brilliant. He just knows what he's doing. He doesn't go and beat off under the desk over there when he's in the House of Representatives. No. So, take it for what it is. And, of course, Psychosis got him. Breitbart, oh, the man is an imbecile. He's the most ignorant piece of shit psycho ever. He's a fat ass. He is ugly, a thing, is all wrinkled. And he, of course, probably a small dick. And he's jealous of the liberal, mentally healthy Jew, the ones that killed Christ, that everybody hates. He's nice, well body, healthy, nice Muslim woman, probably not a Muslim really, but anyway, and this piece of shit Breitbart, the Christ-psychotic imbecile, is jealous, and he's God, is sin. But hey, if you have it, flaunt it. This is what happened.
I'm still to this moment.
Conservative blogger Andrew Breitbart said he received the picture as part of a series of racy emails.
Cry-psychotic piece of shit. Puritan asshole.
Megan Broussard.
Look at this moron. Look at his face.
Probably get a gazillion heads.
He should be one of those conquistadors or the crusaders in the 1300s. Looks just like him.
Taking a picture.
By a fuck. Breitbart is a moron. Cry-psychotic imbecile. Look at this piece of shit. A fatso. He wishes he looks like Wiener, had a body like Wiener.
By the way, I'm not really...
A flawless, athletic chest like this, and a resurrected Savior penis Christ like this. Praise the Lord. And this Psychosis infected America, obsessed with sex, that is a sin. Get rid of really nice, educated intellectuals. They even impeach a president because he decided to visit a cave of creation with his tongue. No, he needs relaxation. A president of the United States, with all this, sex is wonderful. It relaxes you. So they should have, the president of the United States should have a special room for relaxation. And they should bring him a different woman, you know, during weekends. To actually worship this penis Christ of the master of the world, you know, the president of the United States. And then it will make, I mean, he will be in top condition. He'll be great. And wife, if the wives are not Christ-psychotic infected, they couldn't care less because it's just sex. It's relieve the passion. You love a person, you love your wife, and the person is your partner until you get older. But if you want a little, you know, have a little variation, then you can have a libido caretaker. The ones that take care of your libido. In this case, for the president of the United States, you should be a special woman, you know, that actually can bring him. Just like you bring him pizza. Same thing. So that you have a special room next to the Oval Office. It's a relaxation room for all that.
As it was making its way around the room.
Look at that.
One of our faithful listeners screened.
This is the problem with this country. That's the reason there is pedophilia, and there is all this sadomasochism and all that crap, and people get punished by nudity, and people cannot show their tits and all that crap because of the piece of shit Christians, the Psychosis. Make a big deal out of nothing. Everybody has a fucking dick. Everybody masturbates. Everybody shoots sperm and creates people. Pieces of shit assholes.
And to be humiliated by this clown that she's married to?
No, it's not a clown. It's a regular guy that is proud of his dick and proud of his body and put it in the internet. Big deal.
The former minister,
come on.
Tim Pawlenty, formerly entered the presidential race. So far, he's talked bluntly, forcefully, but not very specifically.
You have a dick too, Jack.
Raising the retirement.
Don't you take a pee? Don't you take a crap? Don't you fuck your wife and receive orgasm blessings? Can you create people with your dick? Were you created by a fuck and not a stork, Jack?
Specifics.
Exactly with everybody on this planet. If you believe in these stupid gods and morality created by the Christianity, you are a schizophrenic moron. And you don't belong running a country.
There would be only 2 rates.
That's it.
Here's a face of a psychotic, very disturbed individual, a psychopath. It's all written all over his face. The man has problems. And you know who Psychosis infected Breitbart reminds me of? A criminal, a psychotic in the 1864, Colonel Chivington, a Methodist minister that hated the natives and anything inferior. And, you know, he was like Hitler. But it was much before Hitler. But nobody knows about Chivington. The Sand Creek Massacre of the Cheyennes will tell you who this guy is. Here's the story. Look at the resemblance. The piece of shit, the Breitbart, Schizophrenic, hates the liberals. And, of course, atheists, mentally healthy folks that can squish the brains of the retard, a theotard, and send him to a mental institution. Here's Chivington, Breitbart. Go back into the past, Breitbart. Meet another Psychosis infected theotard.
This country are at my command.
Yeah, well, psychotic.
Fighting white men or Indians
soldiers
is to fight them until they lay down their arms.
Yeah, or be dead.
Colonel John M. Chivington.
See that piece of shit?
1864.
See that piece of shit?
November 29, 1864, Colonel Chivington and 600 men from the Colorado regiments made their surprise attack on Black Kettle's sleeping village.
People who had
gotten up early that morning, saw the troops on the horizon, including White Antelope himself. And he still thought he could stop the troops, and he ran out and cried out in his broken English to stop. So it was a deliberate attack. He stood and began to sing his death song.
Everything that I say is a fact, historical fact. Please Google Sand Creek Massacre, and you'll understand. And all the area of the Southwest where the Grand Canyon is, that I just visited, the Hualapai, the Onion Park, all that with four corners is all belong to the Navajo. A lot of tribes from thousands and thousands of years that live there. And the Cheyenne were also part of them, and they were massacred and killed because of Christ psychosis. And there is a fact that should be taught to children. Here I am visiting Eagle Point at the Grand Canyon, their land.
Black Kettle then took his Stars and Stripes flag, once given to him by the U.S. military, and raised it above his teepee to prove they were peaceful Indians.
He said, "Come to me. I'm going to raise this flag." So I promised that if I did this, that they would not attack us. So he did. Instead, they came, and they showed signs of no hostility.
They sent out a little girl, about 6 years old, with a white flag on a stick. Did but a few steps when she was shot and killed. Half Southern Cheyenne, Sand Creek, 1864.
And this happened in Colorado. And you know what happened after the massacre? Colonel Chivington and his militia, all the Christian soldiers, Christ-psychotic soldiers, just like the Crusaders they used to have, a lot of them, they're called the Indians. They actually took body parts, and they showed them in saloons in Colorado, right? In Denver, in that area there. And imagine that, along with the governor. The governor was a friend of Chivington, and they were just laughing because, you know, they're inferior people. You know, probably chopped their penises of the warriors of the Cheyenne, and they did atrocities that you would not believe. And what I'm saying is no bullshit. This is historical fact to anybody that wanna get educated and learn what's going on in this country. And then we have why I am so pissed off at the Christ psychosis infected Theotar that have been ruining the humanity and the world for 1700 years because of every problem in the planet. And you know, with Christ psychosis, like in a schizophrenia, many things happen. There's not only a belief and only thing, it's a lot of them. There's atrocities, there is a pseudoscience, there is intolerance, and everything is all together. And this is the reason Christ psychosis is such a dangerous mental illness. They believe in resurrecting zombies or God or angels and crap like that. Christianity is worse, Christ psychosis. But here it is, and even everybody's infected. So the scientists are infected, like Francis Collins, and you have you know, many senators infected, judges infected, medical infected, pilots that fly, you know, these planes. Probably that's what I think happens to the Airbus that crashed from traveling from Brazil to Paris. That the guy, all of a sudden, they cannot explain it, how an Airbus like that, they just found the recorders after 2 years, and all of a sudden they don't explain how the guy the pilot put everything in a stall position like that, high up, with all these warnings going around, and he just planned it, which is the worst thing to do. How anybody can do something so stupid? And in my opinion, what I believe is that people that are like that, they're infected with Christ psychosis, they lose control of their logic and reason. And what they do in situations like that, if you're infected with mental illness or believing God, you all of a sudden say, "Oh God, save us," and all of a sudden he does everything wrong and it goes like this, and he plunges everybody to their, you know. I don't have proof of that, but that's what I believe it happened, because it happens many times. People, you know, believe so much they're going to be in heaven with virgins, even though you're educated, like the slam psychosis of 9/11, and you plunge those planes into buildings. And people do that. They kill themselves, and they burn all the Buddhist monks protesting the war. They put gasoline on themselves and then burn themselves to protest. People do that. Some did because of God psychosis. That's just a fact. Now, talking about sex and the sin, let's check the Psychotic Family Research Council. A bunch of schizophrenic, Psychosis ignoramuses that believe in resurrecting zombies, that out of being a mental institution instead of losing the streets without paying taxes, infected the mind of children, and creating deluded people that are homosexual deep inside. They're in the closet, like Riker, one of the founders of the Family Research. And remember Riker and the guy with the rent-a-boy, the hypocrite that took his nice-looking guy on a trip to Europe? Well, now you see what he did. One of these kids committed suicide because of a piece of shit, with the sin crap and all that bullshit. Now, to make my point, recently, it was June the 10th, 2011, and there is a report called by Anderson Cooper called the Sissy Boy experiment. And there is a link to this guy, the Family Research Council, and one of the founders is Riekers. You remember last year about the rent-a-boy, the piece of shit, psychotic imbecile that is supposedly a psychiatrist? And this actually proves my point, this moron, that they think that they can change a gay man into a gay kid into a straight man. These pieces of shit are imbeciles. They don't know any biology. The assholes don't look at their chest and look at their nipples. What is a male doing with nipples? Isn't it that, to feed children, for women to feed children? Why does a male have nipples in his chest? And see, these morons, because they don't believe in, they don't know science, they don't have no idea about evolutionary biology, and those are completely schizo people. They're sick people. Anybody that believes in God is a sick person, especially if they're educated. If they're ignorant, then they have an excuse because they grow up out of the fairy tales. But it's extremely dangerous to have the psychosis of God belief, especially Christianity. And this is the Sissy Boy experiment. This is a guy, Riekers, the rent-a-boy pastor last year, that was caught when he was traveling to Europe with a rent-a-boy for massages and no sex and all this stuff. Well, he is responsible for the death of people because in the institute, along an Italian psychotic, another psychiatrist is like, why don't they give doctors in psychiatry to schizophrenics? They believe in UFO abductions. See, this is the problem, and here it is. Anderson Cooper presented this it's excellent. But again, Anderson Cooper doesn't mention the problem. These people are Christians, and Christians believe in imaginary zombie God that says with blood. This is never mentioned. Watch this video, George Riekers and Lord Penis Christ gay sex scandal, to actually understand what I'm talking about on this. People forget.
Of a young man, Kirk Andrew Murphy, that was taken in the early 1970s when he was about 4 years old. A year before, he got enrolled in a government-funded study aimed at making effeminate boys more masculine. The last time he remembers his brother Kirk happened.
Psychosis government.
Just 5 years old when he was treated at UCLA's Gender Identity Clinic under a pseudonym to conceal his real name.
All Christian pieces of shit.
The study was George Riekers, a graduate student at the time. Riekers called Kirk's treatment, which his family says involved beatings at home, a success.
See?
Decades later, the research that was done on Kirk is still being cited by those who think kids can be prevented from becoming gay.
Exactly.
And that's what infuriates Kirk's family.
Exactly.
They say the
piece of shit Christians.
Riekers calls a success literally destroyed Kirk.
For this very reason, anybody that believes in resurrecting zombies, if you want to study neurology or psychiatry or anything like that, you will not give them a license to practice medicine or to become a judge or to be a teacher if you believe in the stupid, deluded, schizophrenic, schizotypal beliefs within any religion, especially Christianity. There is no resurrecting zombies, people don't resurrect, there's no demons, angels, Satan, sin, and all that crap. This is the problem. And these pieces of shit don't pay taxes. And the majority are allowed to roam free in the United States of America. And they go to churches and get their dosage of garbage every Sunday. And instead of being taken, grab them and put them in a mental institution to actually fix the brain every Sunday, give them therapy. But instead, we have pieces of shit, cry-psychotic, like Rickers, Family Research Council. He has his degree in psychiatry, probably one of those stupid Christian universities. But this is what I've been telling everybody about and bitching about and being angry about in my YouTube videos, because these assholes are in the country and they don't pay taxes and they're psychopaths. And this is because of all the problems in our society today.
Love. And I don't want him to be remembered as a science experiment.
Yeah. No, it was no science. It was the Christian assholes experiment. Christ psychosis. It was no science.
Sinner who was going to burn in hell. And for years, I thought that God hated me because I was gay.
See that?
See, if this man had not been brought up in a Christianity-infected family and a Christianity-infected country, when Christianity, psychopathic, infected culture and education under Christianity-infected pieces of shit senators and legislatures, this kid would not have this problem. But since they are a kid, they are corrupt, and Christians and other pieces of shit people that believe in God are corrupting the mind of children, raising them up with these stupid theotarded beliefs, immoral, intolerant. And then they grow up feeling bad because they like to, they enjoy, or all of a sudden they get attracted to people of the same sex. It is disgusting. We're all bisexual by nature. Study biology. And this is the problem. We have these morons teaching children and being in universities. Like Brigham Young University. What kind of university is that? Believing in resurrecting zombies and Prophet Moroni and crap like that. This is the problem. And nobody seems to see it.
To get drove him to drugs and into a deep depression.
Exactly.
Tomorrow in part 3 of our investigation,
that's what happens.
More from Ryan and from
that's what happens. But mention Christianity is responsible. The psychosis of believing in zombie Jesus is what does this stuff.
Air Force ROTC cadets struck by.
And Christ psychosis infected Rickers, responsible for the death of this kid, and all this bullshit, and the Family Research Council. These people should be shut down. And all Family Research Council believe in all these Christian fairy tales, put in a mental health clinic and cure them. The brains are screwed up, malfunctioning. And here's the one with the rented boy. See this?
Here's the manifestation of the Lord Penis Christ.
Some guy, just like in Greek times and in Roman times, perfectly normal. Ricker, the Christophorenia-infected hypocrite that decided to worship Penis Christ. Lucian.
Yeah, the fact is, we are evolved mutated primates that create God with the brain. Religion, the act of sex, began 40,000 years ago, was a sacred act. It was considered like the gods giving this to men. And it got transformed into this bullshit nowadays with this Christ psychosis. And this is a fact. We are created by a fuck, not a stork. Learn biology, and everybody should learn biology, especially Christ-psychotic imbeciles. Yep. There are many papyruses that prove what I said is true. Here is the god Geb trying to fertilize the eggs, committing the oath of Elisha. It's like a snake eating his own tail, observing the milk, the seed of the gods, because the world was created by the god Atun when he masturbated. And this is actually a fact, and people don't understand this. But it's all in many, many papyrus. Everything I present in my YouTube videos are backed up by facts, historical facts, and scientific facts, and with the evidence to prove it. Enjoy the truth. Pace Dios.